Hi, it's Amy. I am here with Walter Greenleaf of Stanford, who just came off a panel on one of my favorite topics, enterprise and VR. Walter, can you kind of just encapsulate a little bit about some of the things you talked about and really what you see, some of the opportunities, especially related to medicine?
Well, sure. Well, first of all, I think medicine is going to be one of the largest verticals for VR. Not next year, maybe not the year after that, but in the long run, it's more than 20% of our economy right now. We have a big crisis coming up with an aging population, not just in the U.S., but worldwide, and we don't have the tools to address the expense of that problem. I think technology is our only solution, and VR is one of the more powerful tools that has been shown to help with many of the healthcare problems we have. So VR, AR technology are rapidly moving into the medical arena, and that's a good thing for all of us.
And so I was actually at the Stanford Behavioral Health Conference around VR about a month ago, where you also spoke, and there seemed to be a lot of great kind of research going on around behavioral health, phobias, social disorders. Can you talk a little bit about what you're seeing and how soon we're actually going to really see this out in the market?
Well, let me take one question first and then deal with how soon later. I'm stalling a little bit on that because it's a hard question. I think that there's every area of psychiatry and psychology is being profoundly affected by the new tools of VR and AR technology. In the past, we've had to use our imagination to treat some very difficult problems, or do role-playing and imaginative interaction. And by and large, it's difficult and doesn't always work. With VR now, we have solutions that have been shown by laboratory research to help with addictions, to help with autism and Asperger's, to help with cognitive aging, to help with acute and chronic pain, to help with stroke rehabilitation, to help with neurodegenerative disease and its effects on mood and disorder, to help with depression, to help with anxiety. The list goes on. And these are difficult problems that we haven't had a lot of great tools to use. And now with VR and AR technology, we finally have some tools. In terms of how soon, well, I think we'll see some things that are for the consumer that help with stress management and mood disorders. We already are seeing those coming out. In terms of the more clinical things, well, those have to wait for further validation. We know they work. They've been validated in small studies at university research studies, but we need to do larger studies to understand how to best apply them, make sure they're safe, and be able to make the proper claims about their efficacy. So I think it'll take a few more years for those, but they're on their way.
And then we actually, before your panel, had an interesting discussion about maybe how pharma might utilize this technology. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Well, one of the things that pharma wants to do, to use their phrase, is go beyond the pill. Instead of just prescribing a medicine, have something that helps you both learn more about the problem that you're addressing, connect with other people if you want to might have that issue, treat your behavior as well as maybe changing your body chemistry, and to have synergistic therapy, so it's not just a pill, it's a pill with a digital app. And pharma is very interested in finding ways that we can, for example, treat anxiety or depression or bipolar illness by having something that you can download onto your cell phone or onto your VR system or AR system and have it work synergistically with the medication. Now for them, it's the data. In addition to providing more efficacious treatment, being able to harvest the data, understand what works, what doesn't work, what subpopulations, understanding how to tease out those subpopulations, come up with new medications, that's going to be really important for them.
This is really exciting. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and if you ever get a chance to catch Walter on a panel or speaking, highly recommended. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.